Hey folks, it's Shaun Williford here. It's about that time of year again when the kids are going to go trick-or-treating, and I have agreed to make this safety tip public service announcement as part of my, let's say, work release program, community service type stuff. And if you'll follow these safety tips that I'm going to tell you about, you should be alright. Not that I celebrate Halloween, because it's against my religion, but one thing I do care about is safety tip number one: protect our little ones. Pedophiles is everywhere, and this time of year it's even worse, because normally you can spot them. Middle-aged man, button-down shirt, mustache, Coke bottle glasses. Not like that. On Halloween they could be dressed like anything. Pedophiles and rapists. So the first tip that I agree is a buddy system. Don't ever let your child go to a house by himself. You his buddy. And then this is your buddy. And as long as you have your buddy, the rapists and the pedophiles seem to go away a lot. Because it's very bad this time of year. Because all they got to do is say, hey little boy, you want some candy? Next thing you know, another child's scarred for life. So safety tip number one, the buddy system. Your child has your buddy, and you have your buddy. I know you're thinking to yourself, how in the world are you going to be able to walk down Main Street in Lakeland, Georgia, toting your 12-gauge double barrel? Well, I have figured out several ways to do it. You can dress appropriately to tote a gun. Be part of your costume. You can dress up in your redneck G.I. Joe, be an army man, and it looks perfectly normal walking down with a gun like this. That's just one option that you could do that I figured out. You could also dress up like a farmer and tote a pitchfork or your hoe. It works about just the same. You could beat a pedophile over the head with a hoe, and it does about the same thing, because they run, they kind of coward, they won't fight back hard. And for all the city folk, I'm referring to this kind of hoe you work with. The other hoe you only work with if you're a pimp, so we're not making that kind of video today. Or you could dress up like a Mexican and carry a knife with you, because it's perfectly normal to be Mexican with a knife. Switchblade preferably, but you know, with kitchen butcher knife, do the same thing. So it's all right. Last but not least, you could go as a hunter. I know all your good old boys got some hunting camo and some stuff. You look perfectly natural walking down the street, toting a gun, dressed like a hunter for Halloween. Just make sure your vital organs is covered with the hunter's horns, so we don't have no accidents like we did last year. And that's the tip number one. Safety first when it comes to your children. Use the buddy system.
You stuff it all down in the mason jars and you bury it all around. And on certain nights.
Brings me to tip number two. If you're going to be giving out candy and you got dogs, put your dogs in another room. Because my two dogs is mild-mannered, perfect bulldogs. But you turn on Twilight and they want to eat the TV full of vampires and whatever. So if somebody comes to your door beating and they dress like a vampire or a werewolf and your dog runs out after them, you know, all it takes is for 2 or 3 dogs to maul 2 or 3 kids, you know, and then you got all the media fanning the flames, and then dogs are bad again. So safety tip, put your dogs in another room so they don't run after trick-or-treaters.
Safety tip number 3,
talking about dogs. We all love to dress our dogs up in costume.
And they all went crazy and they beat the old man and they picked him
They're
up.
so cute and they're so pretty. But this close to the end of hunting season, you don't want to dress your dog up with antlers like a reindeer.
They hadn't gone nowhere when they realized they were running in quicksand.
Don't dress them up like a squirrel.
But they couldn't get away, and just before they went under, they could hear that old man laughing.
You know, nothing that could be shot or mistaken, because there has been several dogs killed by hunters that was dressed up as a deer or a reindeer or a squirrel. Probably drunk hunters, and they probably knowed it was a dog. They just wanted to shoot it so they could tell their buddies they shot a dog wearing a reindeer outfit. Safety tip number 4. I'd like to touch a little bit on vandalism. Every Halloween you got some hoodlums running around vandalizing stuff. Putting bombs in mailboxes, toiling papers people's houses. My grandpa, when he was alive, he got the biggest kick. He took a Coke bottle and he put tin foil down in them little balls in the works bathrooms, and there's got to be the works, and put the lid on it, and it makes one ball. It makes a big old ball. Don't do that. So do not make the bombs and put them in the mailbox. So that is a federal offense, punishable by federal laws, and they got enough problems federally not to be dealing with Coke bottle bombs. Safety tip number 5. The law enforcement wanted me to touch on this. Do not let your kids go to Bubba's house on Oak Street to receive any presents that he gives out. Because last year he gave out the little travel-sized bottles of the liquor like you get on airplanes. And I think y'all all know who I'm talking about. I'm referring to the woman named Bubba, not the man named Bubba. No offense to you, sir. This is not really a safety tip, it's just something I like to throw in there for the adults that's going to have adult-style Halloween parties at their houses. One tip that works real good is if you're like we are out here, we have had one heck of a time with spiders in our house. Don't clean the cobwebs out of the corners and stuff for a few weeks up till Halloween. That way when they come in they'll see that, and you won't believe, they'll say, "Oh, that looks so authentic, how did you do that?" And just don't tell them that it's real spider webs. The other thing is, if y'all are throwing a dance party at these adult gatherings for Halloween, do not get in a dance contest with the boogeyman. They do call him the boogeyman for a reason. And whatever you do, if you was to do it, don't bet him $5 on the winner. Because this close to the end of hunting season, $5 is, in reality, you're not going to be able to shoot $5 by the end of the season. And that's a lot of deer meat to give away too. And I'd just like to remind everybody that we like to drive the golf carts and the lawnmowers up down the street on Halloween. And if you are drinking and driving your lawnmower in Lanier County, it is still a DUI. Let's keep it safe for the children. And y'all are unfortunately going to have to participate without me this year, because like I said, I don't celebrate Halloween because of my religion and also the restraining orders. But if I was going to dress up, I think I would dress up like Maury Povich and go to the hospital up there and tell everybody, "You ain't the daddy."